JD5 out week number 3. It says 5 right there. Week number 3. What do you do if you've got JD5 in week 3? What are your solutions there? Fix the title there. Do you start Penix Jr.? Who's on waivers? We'll break that down and more. We also have Tucker Kraft looking very sketchy for week number 3. We have Brian Thomas Jr. says he's ready to go. The Fantasy Football Show Breaking News Edition. We're live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. edition coming up here in a little while. And we're also live at midnight almost every single night. So at least 3 live streams today alone. This is the first of the 3. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
So JD5 is out week number 3, and you're left scrambling. Indiana Jones might be out there. I mean, let me show you the waiver board. I don't know who might be available in your particular league, but we can definitely tackle that as we go. Drake May is available in a weird amount of leagues. Indiana Jones is being picked up and probably not as available right now. Some of this stuff's not going to apply to you because waivers have processed, but this board's still important because I think the board kind of helps guide the ship in terms of like injuries and such, and if in trades. And if you're sitting here going, well, Browning is gone, but Smitty's got Browning ranked high, maybe I should trade for Browning. So the board still helps throughout the week, and that's why I continue to show it, and I don't just let it vanish into the ether. Mac Jones is an interesting emergency QB. Look and see if Penix or Browning or potentially even Caleb are out there. Rattler, whatever you got to do. We'll tackle it in the question you might have as far as like what quarterback you should go after. But you really should have a backup. I mean, nobody should be walking into 2025 fantasy football without a backup quarterback. And people that drop backup quarterbacks to pick up other players, I always advise against it if I say, if you hit the waiver wire, are you not finding just tons of talent on there? If you aren't, you've got to hold your backup quarterback because if injuries occur. Now, Mariota's a decent option. If, let's say, there's nothing available on waivers, you could attack the Mariota situation. Go watch the Rishi Rice Mahomes live stream. But Mariota is a decent option. This could be all that you have. You might be forced to go this direction. I can almost tell you right now that there's going to be almost nobody that's going to go grab this guy unless somebody's trying to step on you and they know you don't have a quarterback and they just go and pick up Mariota and they screw you. But this is probably your best option in some cases. And honestly, probably score a touchdown. Let's see, you have 190 to 220 yards, interception and 1 touchdown, and maybe a chance for another one, potentially. Maybe there's a surprise up in here. I don't know. But definitely something we need to explore. So we'll talk about that. We also have this news right here, which is fantastic, that Brian Thomas Jr. said he will play week number 3. This coming from Underdog, promo code Smitty, by the way. Brian Thomas Jr. wrist will play week number 3. So for those of you that are clowning on BTJ, those of you that don't think BTJ is a fantastic trade for player right now, I got a bridge to sell you because this is one of the best go buy low players in fantasy right now. So go get yourself some BTJ shares while you still can. How do I do that, Smitty? Very easy. You got Tyreek Hill, who just scored a touchdown and 40-something yards. Trade Tyreek Hill for BTJ and do it live. You've got a guy like Keenan Allen doing well. You got JCM. Don't want to trade JCM, but he comes up a lot because a lot of us have a surplus of JCM and talent on the bench. And the whole point of getting a BTJ is if you're trading bench talent that you accumulated. You got Tootin off of waivers. Okay, not saying I want to trade Tootin. I'm just saying the combinations of these players are the ones that we have surplus of. So we trade JCM, we throw in Keenan Allen, who's playing really well. Some people might say, I'd rather have Keenan Allen than BTJ. Good, take him. And I like Keenan Allen. But BTJ is one of the easiest players to trade for right now, and it won't always be the case. I promise you, at some point during this week, you will not be able to pull this, or next week, this time next week, you will not be able to pull off the trades you can pull off now. Now, BTJ goes out and has an okay day, you'll still have another week to go buy him. I'm not running away from BTJ whatsoever, at all. At all. I don't think there's any concern. And I think that people who believe that he's not going to return to his top 10 wide receiver form, let alone he was number 4 last year, are wild. Because guess what BTJ did in week number 1? Week number 1, BTJ had a touchdown. Nobody panicked on BTJ. They said, this guy's fine. He'll be okay. He goes out in week 2 and drops a nothing burger. Now, all of a sudden in week 3, he's a trash can. Why? Tell me why he's a trash can after 1 week of being disappointing. Because we're reactive Rodgers. We're the human condition of recency bias that, oh my God, he's got to be trash, Smitty. He's got to be, because he didn't perform for me. So he's a trash can. Doesn't matter he scored a touchdown. Hey, you know what's crazy? Is I can erase BTJ and I can just write in Ashton Genty right here, and the same exact thing applies. Scored a touchdown in week 1. Anybody worried? Absolutely not. You go buy him, and you buy him now. Week 2, dud. Now, Genty's a trash can. Interesting how that works, huh? Genty, BTJ, 2 top maybe 14 overall players going forward potentially are trash cans walking into week 3. I'll take the risk on.
You've just been Smitty approved.
So we got that news. And then, of course, this one is not what anybody wanted to hear as of this moment in time, but we have more news. This one on the Tucker Kraft front. Tucker Kraft, according to his head coach, knee won't practice on Friday. And there is some talk about he's not going to go on IR or anything. It's like, what are we talking about there? How many games might he be out? There's a real potential he misses this week. We have to monitor that situation. But Tucker Kraft is gone potentially as quickly as he arrived. So those of you that took my advice on trading Tucker Kraft, not that I don't like Kraft and not that he still can't play this week potentially, but taking Kraft and turning him into that BTJ, turning him into that Mike Evans, turning him into that Hendy, turning him into that Ladd McConkey and potentially a Hampton. You know, this is what Tucker Kraft allowed you to do, especially if you had Fannin already. And if you watch this show, there's about a 70% chance you have Fannin on your roster. Raise your hand in the chat if you own Fannin. So if you own Fannin and you're on Team Fannin and you had Tucker Kraft, you had a surplus and you could have traded him away. But not to say you still can't. But this is not good news right now as of Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft, BTJ, JD5. These are the pieces of news that we have. Again, if you're just joining us, JD5 ruled out of Sunday's game. Marcus Mariota will start for the Commanders and is a decent grab and start if you're in dire straits and you can't find a better quarterback on waivers and all of these gentlemen are taken. Or even Mariota's probably better. Let's add Mariota to this list now. Mariota's probably better than Geno, I would say. Let me add Mariota right here. I'll put him right under Russell Wilson. Let me copy Rattler's mug right here and put this over here. So Mariota would be, and I'd say Mariota might be, it's hard to say if he's like better than Mac Jones or he's not better than Browning. Maybe Russell Wilson's better for the game. It's hard to say. I mean, it's hard. We don't know what Mariota's going to do. He's definitely decent. Decent. Not good. Decent. Let's hit some of these super chats real quickly. We got Michael with the $20 hauler. My boy Michael coming in strong. Michael to the mother freaking moon.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Michael, Thank you for the super chat, young man. Michael says the following. He says, traded away CMC for London and Henderson. In your opinion, did I sell CMC too low? Yes, you did. Just because the fair market value commands a pot of gold, 2 pots of gold. You got 1 pot of gold and a CD that somebody said is going to be worth a pot of gold, and it's not yet. So I think you bought way too low because you could have got a potential Chase Brown in London for Christian McCaffrey. But I'm not to say that this can't work out for you. It's just you definitely, sold a $400,000 house for about $375, maybe $350. But doesn't mean that still can't climb up in value. Start 2, Penix Stroud. Thank you for the $20 haul. If you got a follow-up, let me know, my boy. Appreciate you. Start 2, Penix Jr., Stroud, Aaron Rodgers, Browning, or Mac Jones. I'm going to go Browning and Penix Jr. I think Penix Jr. has a day. Thank you. Appreciate you, my kind sir. Thanks again, Michael. Start 1, Pollard, Hendy, Worthy, Keenan. Let's go with Keenan Allen for safety. Hendy's your high-risk, high-reward play. I know Michael wants me to say Hendy this week, and believe me, Michael, I will be saying the name Hendy. And again, I think your trade at the end of the day, if McCaffrey ends up injured, like you're going to be happy you made a trade. But I'm just saying as far as fair market value. But I know Michael will want me to say Hendy here, but Keenan is probably the safest play in this option. I do hope we're saying Hendy's name very soon. Caleb Goff or May this week. I'm going to go Goff off the fire game, but I do think May is a very sneaky option. I think May is a very, very sneaky option moving forward. Traded Pacheco and Booty for RJ Harvey. Felice? No, I think you will eventually. I mean, right now you can't say that because we don't know when Harvey's getting his work. But yes, sum total, I love that trade. Sent ETN, Myers, and Sharps for Chase Brown and BTJ and Hendy. That is the definition of a lambast. You're lambasting your friend, pal. Good luck ever speaking to that guy again. Absolute crush it.
You've just been...
Jeez. Dynasty trade, 2 QB. Goff, Higgins, ETN for Puka Stroud. Give me Puka Stroud. Yeah. But, not to say there aren't pros and cons to what you've got in there. Dynasty PPR 2 QB trade. Oh, I just did that one. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. This one here from Jerome. Dak, Genty, Garrett Wilson for Lamar Debo. Dak, Garrett Wilson, Genty for Lamar Debo. Woo! I'm going to take the Dak, Genty, Garrett Wilson side. As much as I love Lamar, Genty, Garrett Wilson, rushing yards are basically double points for QBs. Then never mind. It's Lamar. Damn, bro. Yeah, Lamar. In that scoring, you got to take Lamar. It's a unique scoring. I'd be tempted to go the other direction if you needed depth and all that, and it wasn't that scoring, but that scoring makes it simple. Just bragging, I traded Daniel Jones for JCM straight up. Daniel Jones for I don't mind that. I mean, I think people love Daniel Jones right now, Indiana Jones, but yeah, I'd take that. Sup, Smitty, just added Coker to my IR spot. Not too familiar with the game with his game, to be honest. Thoughts on him? I like Coker a lot. It's just crowded. I don't know that you're going to get consistency, but he reminds me of like a poor man's Keenan Allen. And Keenan Allen's an elite wide receiver 3 right now. So you're talking about a guy that might dance in there once in a while inconsistently. But I like Coker a lot. My wide receivers are Lamb, T. Higgins, Sutton, J-Mo. Thanks. Appreciate you. And I think that's a fine IR acquisition. When he comes off IR, you got to make a decision, though. Right now it's easy to house him. But who you going to cut if he rises up and you got to pull him off IR? 12-man PPR, 2 flex, 1-1. Dak, Achane, JT, Waddle, Garrett Wilson, Juwan Johnson, Hunter, benches, Penix, Sharp, Scat. What moves? What should I go for? I would say with this team, I'm kind of trying to move Waddle. I don't mind moving Juwan Johnson and trying to figure out the tight end position. Do you have Fannin? Usually my people have Fannin. So it depends on what's on waivers, but Juwan's pretty tradable. Waddle and Juwan, or Waddle and Tracy, or Waddle and Charbonnet to the Walker owner right now. There's news today. I was going to cover this at 8 p.m. I still will, but there's more news on Walker and Sharps. And this is just more of I know everybody wants to be on the Team Walker right now. And I very much love Walker. Walker, if you remember, is one of the original movements. We love Walker here, but this situation feels a little bit like the ETN Tootin situation. Is it propped up? Is it weekend at Bernie's right now? Are we going to be, boom, realizing that this thing isn't standing as tall as we think. Seahawks offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak said that the team has to keep finding ways to get both Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker the third involved, adding I see 2 starters. So, I think that if you use that news, you could, grab that from NBC Sports, clip that, screenshot it right there. I'll put it back up. You can screenshot it right now. Send this to your buddy and try and see if you can, and not trying to deceive them. You're just trying to say, hey, you need both or I need both. Let's do a trade. But I think Waddle and potentially, something like, I'm trying to think of what you could do. Waddle and Charbonnet for something, I think is doable. You know what I mean? Like that I would do, or I'm trying to go get Walker somehow, I suppose, but I think it works better for you to go get a wide receiver. Maybe he's got some slightly like BTJ Mike Evans for Waddle and Sharps, trying to go in that direction, my boy. Appreciate you. A $50 hauler from Michael dropping a wad. A wad.
Give me $50 hauler.
$50 wad from Michael. Superflex trade. Should I trade away Chase, Igbuka, and Daniel Jones for Lamb, BTJ, and Mac Jones? I have Purdy and Fields and Browning. So because I think you'll suffice with your situation, you're getting Mac Jones to cuff to Purdy. You have Browning. Fields probably returns, although there's talk today, I'll cover this at 8 p.m., that Fields' head coach is like, somebody said, can you lose your job to injury? And he's like refusing to answer the question. It's like, what in the hell, man? So you could be in a bind later at QB2. However, I'm kind of one of those people that says, let's capitalize on this Indiana Jones. And I love Indiana Jones, by the way, the movie. So like this is part of the problem. We start tying Indiana Jones, a movie we love, a character we love, to a player, and then now we can't separate them. Now it's like, I love Daniel Jones because I love Indiana Jones. How am I supposed to doubt this guy? But I'm one of the thinking minds out there that says, let's take advantage of it. Let's take advantage of the Daniel Jones saga right now, and I'm interested. But the thing is here, you got Jamar Chase and Igbuka. You have Lamb and BTJ. And I just don't know. I like Lamb more than Chase right now with the quarterback situation. But Igbuka and BTJ, I like Igbuka more than BTJ, slightly. But it's very close. And Mac Jones, Daniel Jones has more value regardless of the separation of Indiana Jones and Daniel Jones. I think that there's probably a world where you probably would rather have, I think, the Chase Igbuka Daniel Jones side. This is a really tough call. Chad, can we vote on this one? BTJ has a wrist injury. Is he hurt? KL4. He's ready to go. He says he's playing. This is hard. This is a hard trade for me. I really think Igbuka being injured is a problem for you this week. Does he play? He seems very, very 45% likely to play at this point, but still close to 50-50. Please vote on this, guys. I would love to hear what you guys think. Daniel Jones, Igbuka, Jamar Chase, or Lamb, BTJ, Mac Jones. I think if you had stronger quarterbacks and Danny Dimes wasn't the QB, it would be different. It'd be a very different situation. Lamb side, we're getting a lot of Lamb votes. Take Lamb BTJ. I like Lamb BTJ. The chat likes Lamb BTJ. This comes down to BTJ. If you believe in BTJ, son, punch the button. The chat says so. I think if Buka were healthy, I would say Buka side. I would. With Burrow being out, with Buka being banged up, with Daniel Jones scoring, this trade hurts you for sure in week 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go ahead and say, if you need wins now,
You've just been Smitty approved.
let Lamb side buy a hair. Michael. And the chat agrees, so that's good news. That's good news. The chat says do it. The chat says do it live. This one here, Dynasty Superflex, I traded Cam Ward and Judy for BTJ. This is an okay trade. I mean, they did well because it's a super flex, but you had a surplus, you could afford to do it. I don't mind the trade. I think it's good. BTJ is a great buy low. I think you bought high, but I still think it could work out. Sit London, play Wandell this week. Why? why would we do that? T-Law or Browning? I'm gonna go Browning this week. Drop Benson for Fannin. I don't want to. I in a vacuum, sure, but I'd rather make a trade and keep Benson. I don't know why you would just cut Benson Pickens or DJ Moore at the flex. I'm gonna say Pickens by quite a bit. We got Kwani with a $20 hauler, Kwani, and then Isaac with a $20 hauler. Both you gentlemen move straight to the front of the line.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Thank you both for the super chats. 12-man PPR Superflex trying to get Ladd. Is Pollard and Fannin too much? No. For Ladd, no. I think it's a bit if you need to give up a tight end and you need the tight end, but I think that's a fine trade at the end of the day, my boy. Or JCM and Fannin and Coleman for Ladd. I'd rather keep JCM. So get honestly over Pollard, but that's a tough call. Some people really like Pollard. My running backs are Kyron, JCM, and Sharps. Yeah, Ladd's a good go get on the cheap though right now. Really, really like Ladd. Ladd's a very good go get. Appreciate that. I also like BTJ and obviously Evans. I think if you fail to get that, go get Evans. Smitty, I got Mahomes, Bijan, Bucky, MHJ, Debo Fannin. I traded Kyron and Tootin for Harvey and AJ Brown. Look, this could go either way. Hold or cook up a send this offer. AJ and Scat for Evans and Pacheco. I'd rather have Evans over AJ Brown. And if at the end of the day you've got Harvey and Evans for Kyron and Tootin, I'm much more comfortable with that. So I would do that. And then also you said, and then I love getting Scat. Oh no, you're giving up Scat. Okay, that's fine. I'm still okay with it, but also got Travis Hunter on the bench and Sharps now. Harvey advice. Maybe look to send Sharps and a player to the Walker owner off that news you can screenshot earlier and see if you can get something else. And maybe you can upgrade Ladd into even BTJ or something. But I definitely am fine with all those moves. The first one's a little bit hesitant, but it still could work out for sure. And then if you flip it, you'll be fine. Thank you very much for the super chat. Love trading for BTJ right now, if I didn't mention that, or Genty. Trade Ollie for Judy. Need a wide receiver 0-2. I don't hate that trade. I mean, in a vacuum, I'd rather have the running back, but you're not going to use them necessarily right now. So JCM Sharps or MHJ. JCM this week, my boy, pick 2. Egbuka, T-Mac, Mason, Javonte Williams. You're going to go Javonte and Egbuka if he started, but if he's not, then you're going T-Mac. And I do love the other options, but that's what I'm rolling with this week. DJ Moore, James Conner in my flex. PPR, DJ Moore, James Conner in my flex. What's this? Is this? Do I say things twice? Full PPR, DJ Moore, James Conner in my flex. Full PPR, DJ Moore and James Conner in my flex. Why are we saying things twice, Norm? I'm gonna go probably Conner right now, but I mean that's a real tough call, Norm. It's tough. Just got McMillan for Tyrone Tracy and Devontae Smith. That's a win. Nice job, pal. Lambasting people. Just wanted to say, yo, hope you and the fam are doing great. Thank you, Deckard. Appreciate you. Definitely doing good, pal. Appreciate you very much. Who am I flexing? Scatman, Hendy, Hunter, or Tootin? I'm going to go Hunter this week. Also, would you please play the HM meme video for my little guys? I will at the end, Derek, when I'm on the way out the door. Appreciate you. Which one was that? The HN? HN. Okay, we'll play the HN one on the way out the door. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. Golden versus the Browns or Hunter versus the Texans. I think Golden has a pretty decent day, to be honest, but I'm going to go Hunter. I'm not sitting Hunter. Just got McMillan for Tyrone Tracy and Devontae Smith. I think I just read that one. Congratulations on that. As soon as Kraft starts to break out, he suffers an injury. Do you have any faith in Hawkinson this week? That's why I said trade Kraft. So, People that did that won. Do you have any faith in Hawkinson this week with Wentz as a QB? I don't know, bro. Not yet. I need to see it. Also, but if you don't have another option, you just roll with him. I mean, it's a pretty solid option. Also, does Javonte keep up the good work? I think he does, but I would sell high in Dynasty. Yeah, but sell high is the definition. I dropped Evan Ingram for Jordan Love. So go after Hendy, go after Hampton, go after those young guys. Jordan Love, I have JD5 and Fields. Start Debo or Travis Hunter. I'm going to go probably still Debo slightly, but it becomes closer. If Ibuka doesn't play, Worthy or Debo, I'm going Debo and then Hunter in that situation. Or if that's a separate league, I'm going Debo. But Worthy, we're still kind of waiting to see how healthy he is. Is it too early to drop Burden for likely? No, not in a redraft. And have Warren and Fannin. Are we playing with 3 flex spots? Wide receivers are Buka, Hunter, Keon, Tesla, Rice. Have Warren and Fannin. We playing 3 flex spots. Wide receivers are Buka. I don't know what I guess you're asking me. I starting Fannin over. Fannin over Hunter, Keon, Tesla, or Rice. Rice is on. I don't know what you're asking here because Rice is out. So likely have Fannin. We playing with 3 flex. I don't know what you're saying, Senior Rojo. You got to be a little bit more clear with the question. I'm sorry. Hopefully I helped you with the other part. Start 2, Scat, Hunter, Hendy, Ao Manor, need upside. We're going to go with Hunter for upside. I don't think I'm sitting Hunter yet in those situations. Trade Kyron for Genty, yes. Start Pitts or Fannin, Fannin. Flex 3 between. See, this is how you answer. This is how you ask a question, Rojo, like this. This is very direct. Flex 3 between Hunter, Hendy, Ridley, Buka, Harvey, Tootin. We're going Hunter. We're going Buka if he plays. And I'm going to go Hendy. And if Buka doesn't play, Ridley's safest, but Tootin's high risk, high reward if he plays. If you need like something spicy to win the matchup, like you're down or something, start Worthy or Scattaboo. If Worthy's playing, you play Worthy. And I would hedge this and go Harvey in the other league potential. Well, go Scattaboo in the one and then go Worthy if he's starting in this other and then go Harvey if he's not. But that way you got some scat, man. Chat, Scatter Worthy. Can you vote in the chat, please? Scatter Worthy. I do think Scat's going to have a good day. I really do think Scott's going to be used. I think Scott's going to look pretty solid. We just can't guarantee it. Could be JCM week 2 workload. We don't really know. We have to be very careful, to assume that we're going to get for sure this crazy volume. We don't know. Start Mariota or Tyrod. I'm probably going to go Mariota this week, TM. It's just the safer move. Tyler, appreciate your super chat. Just got done watching your QB ranking, Browning or Stafford. Browning, bro. And thoughts on, I just think he's solid. Solid for like 250 and 2. Thoughts on starting Rodgers this week? Depends on your options, Zachary. That's a vague question. Very, very much depends on your options. Bijan Achan, thinking of using Mason as a trade piece. What moves did you make? How about Mason and Terry for BTJ? How about Mason and Worthy for BTJ? Or how about one of those Mason for Evans straight up? Throw in something smaller. Those are 2 players I'm BTJ and Evans I'm going after. Genty I'm going after in some sort of deal. PPR need help with this. Baker, what do you need help with? Need help with what? Trade? I'd say, Bijan, Bucky, I'm not trading those bad boys at all. Like, not even considering it. Jameson Williams, Adunze Sutton, kind of like a weak, but like still very good wide receiver room. Kraft, I wish you would have traded Kraft. You have Bowers and Kraft, and you sat on Kraft. Kraft was your trade piece. Now Kraft is injured. You had 3 tight ends. You should have been trying as hard. Maybe you were trying, but trading like a Dunze and Kraft for like a BTJ or a Dunze and Kraft for like something. Kraft and maybe still a Shakir off a big week. Kraft and Sutton for Evans for BTJ. Still try and go that direction. I'm not touching the other pieces of your team. I think that's what you're focusing on. Just traded Pollard, Keon, and Booty for Ladd. Pollard, Keon Booty. I mean, it's a good amount, but it's deserving. I think Ladd is deserving of that. I like Ladd. Nice job. JCM or Hampton. I'm going to go with JCM this week. I think Hampton could be, potentially better long term. So understand that, you talk about a little bit different values maybe later versus now. So sometimes that can be confusing when you're like, well, this trade hurts you now, but it might help you later, or this trade helps you better now, but might hurt you later. It's the way it is. Start 2.5. DJ Moore, Devontae Smith, Worthy. If Worthy plays, Worthy and probably DJ Moore. DJ Moore, Devontae Smith, pick your poison. That one's really tough, bro. 0.5 PPR, Pittman or Hunter. I'm going to go Hunter. Pittman might be safer, but I'm going to go Hunter. I'm not sitting Hunter. Just got Mahomes. Hunter had 6 receptions in week 1, by the way. Just got Mahomes and Harvey for Hurts and Franklin. I like that. Bro. I'm 0-2 at this point. I'm not trying to get last. Come on, you got better. You got a better shot than that, bro. I've seen people come back from 0-5 to win a championship. So I'm not saying you're going that direction, but make sure you don't give up. And I like that move. That move's crafty. Harvey could be league winning for you. Tom, thank you for the blank super chat. Appreciate you very much, kind sir. Thank you, Tom. Tommy boy. Start Mason or Kyron. I'm not sitting Kyron. Trade Judkins for Rice if you can afford that based on your lineup. Absolutely. Rice is a top 5 wide receiver when he comes back. A.O. Manor. Love A.O. Manor. He's the man, the myth, the legend. Hendy or A.O. Manor. I think that's what he's responding to. A.O. Manor is safer for right now, but hopefully that changes really soon. MHJ and JCM to get BTJ. That's quite an overpay, but I think it's probably worth it. Probably a fun play if you've got the surplus. Browning or Mariota. I'm going to go Browning, bro. He's safer. Browning is safer. Should you trade Tyler Warren for Rashid Rice? Rashid? It's Rashid, not Rashid. Why does everybody call him Rashid? He's not Rashid. Would I trade Tyler Warren for Rice? I'd take Rice, especially because you got McBride. Absolutely, bro. That's how you dominate, bro. That's how you do and do it live, my boy. That's how you do it live. So anyway, guys, we got a lot of this impacting news here in front of your face. I'm scouring the waiver wire as we speak, or the waiver wire, the news as we speak. 3-month membership question: Hendy or Scat? Probably Scat for this week, my boy. Lab McConkey not listed on the injury report. Lab McConkey season in full effect. Zach Charbonnet is doubtful to play on Sunday against the Saints, so that definitely goes against the comments by his coach about getting both of them involved. But you know that means when he comes back, he's getting work. But that news is great for Kenneth Walker. Zach Charbonnet doubtful for week number 3. So fire Walker up this week. Tucker Kraft, questionable. Mekhi Buka is questionable. Packers Tucker Kraft did not practice today and is questionable. Yeah. Let me put that news up on Kenneth Walker, on Zach Charbonnet, Kenneth Walker. Man, Walker's going to go crazy this week. Well, good luck trying to trade Charbonnet to the Walker owner. That's something I've been advising all week. But that's going to be hard to do right now. You're going to have to wait a week. But here's that news on Ken Walker. Well, it's on Charbonnet, but it's news that helps Kenny boy. If I can get this to respond so I can pull it onto my screen. What was my super chat answer? Tyler, I just said it. I don't know. Why not ask it again in this question? Why do I have to go look now for your other super chat that I already answered and rehash it all? I will do that in 1 second, Tyler. Trade MHJ for JCM and Shards. Did you go do a potty break, Tyler? I answered pretty quickly. I answered it like immediately after you dropped it. Trade MHJ for JCM and Shards. I don't think so. I think I hold on to MHJ right now. Tyler. Hold on, Tyler. What was Tyler's question? Just got done watching. Starting Browning or Stafford? Browning. I think Browning is safe for like 250 250 and 2. You know, very safe play. Come on, Tyler. Come on, Tyler. Still, thank you, Tyler, for the super chats. Still worried about the split between K9 moving forward. Yeah, that's why you still got to look to trade Charbonnet to the Walker owner. Or get Walker from the Charbonnet owner, or just hold Charbonnet as a secret weapon. But this news, if I could get it, yeah, here it is. It finally popped up on my screen. No, it didn't. Come on, man. Gotta send it to myself again. Hold on. I don't know if this is going to affect my stream real quick, but let me just airdrop it to myself. All right, here's the news for those that want to actually see it. Zach Charbonnet is doubtful to play Sunday against the Saints. It's workhorse Ken Walker time. That's great for Kenny Walker. Great for Kenny Walker. Kenny Walker season. Browning or Stafford? Thank you, Tyler. Browning again. Twice. Never said things 3 times. Tyler. Browning, appreciate you, Tyler, for dropping the super chat. You're the man. PPR, Tyreek Hill and Hendy for Genty. If you like winning, go get Genty. I mean, I like Hendy, but we have no questions about Genty's workload. So give me the now value. Traded Charbonnet and Njoku for Kittle. I mean, everything's a waiting game in this trade, so that's fine. Already a fan, and okay. Traded Charbonnet and Njoku for Kittle. You could almost flip Kittle now. Is CMC healthy? As healthy as he can be. You know, they're resting him on Wednesdays. They're resting him as much as they can. His calf is still being listed as a reason he's being rested. And his calf is still potentially, you know, something that you're going to have to worry about. I mean, you think CMC is going to last all year. I got a bridge to sell you. I know everyone wants to say, oh, he's doing great. We knew that. And we told you that if he does well for 4 weeks, for 5 weeks, for 8 weeks, it doesn't change the fact that he's probably going to break. Which 3 should I start this week? Pickens, Garrett Wilson, Debo, Jamo, Williams, Worthy. You're probably for sure going Pickens, Garrett Wilson. And if you want a little dice roll, a little high risk, high reward, Jamo. If you want safety, Debo, but I think Jamo is kind of a fun play this week. And, you know, Debo's still going to be used. He's still going to be used, but it's less appealing for sure right now. Thomas, still worried about the K9 split. Definitely should be. Getting Charbonnet right now when he's ruled doubtful is pretty easy because his owner might be considering dropping him or wanting to, but he won't. So you say, hey, I don't need him, but he's doubtful. You want to carry him. But I'll take him off your hands. Pick one, Goff, May, Bo, DK, Jennings. Pick one, Goff, May, Bo. Okay, May, Goff safe. Bo's high risk, high reward, but probably Goff. DK, Jennings, Hampton. At the flex, we're going to go with DK. Racing Boy, appreciate you. Do I use Chuba to go after Henderson and something or Hampton and something? Depends on the something, because Henderson and Hampton aren't necessarily helping you right now. Chuba would be. So if you're getting like Evans, yeah. You know, Lad McConkey, then yeah, you're talking about maybe going down from Chuba to Lad, but at least you're getting this high league-winning upside player. What do you think will happen to Dobbins this season? I think he probably gets in the way, stays in the way for a while, but Harvey eventually gets unlocked. They drafted him in the 2nd round for a reason. You know what I mean, bro? His time will shine. Remember, Chase Brown didn't get going till week 4. Remember, Bucky didn't really start until week 13, but didn't really get used heavily till week 10. Week 10! Week 10. Bucky won leagues for people. He didn't get started till week 10. And he didn't really technically start till week 13. Gibbs didn't do a thing until week 7. I'm not saying that's what we wanted. I'm not saying that's what we'll get. Might get some earlier week 4 or week 5 rise. Might get the Chase Brown treatment. Chase Brown didn't do anything in weeks 1, 2, and 3. Week 4, he blew up. We might get that treatment. Hard to say. Franklin, JCM, or Hendy this week. I think Hendy is the safest play. the safest play for you, my broski. Plain and simple. Krosky Merritt or Ridley in the flex, DeMarcus. I'm going to go Krosky Merritt this week. Should we start JCM? There you go, mission. See you all at 8 p.m. Eastern. I wanted to break down this breaking news that happened a little bit earlier. Talk about Kraft. See you all at 8 p.m. Eastern. Appreciate you. Deuce. Don't forget to get on over to my Patreon 24/7 live chat group. $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Here's the link. Make sure you smash this link and join the live chat Patreon. Appreciate you all very much. Deuce. See you later. Yo, Smitty, trying to slip in a last one here. I see it. Should I trade Jamar Chase, Quentin Johnson, and Connor for Bucky at MHJ and Pearsall? I would take Bucky, yes, over Jamar Chase. It's a close one, but I think I'm going to take the Bucky side. Very, very, very close. Have Tyler Warren and Kraft chill or drop downs for Fannin. I would definitely take Fannin as well. Try and make some moves, though. People need tight ends. They're willing to trade for them. Appreciate you. Deuce.